Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Spanish with Mrs. Lorenzo. If you already have been here, welcome back. If this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe and to activate the bell to get notifications. Today we're going to talk about the subject pronouns in Spanish. In my opinion, subject pronoun is one of the most important topics that we need to learn when we are learning a language because it helps us to develop better sentences and to understand how we make conjugation and how we can use all of those words on a sentences or even on a spoken language. Before to move on the definition of the subject pronoun, I would like to help you to understand what is a subject on the sentence. Let's go over the definition of what is a subject. The subject is the part of the sentence which the sentence is about. So it is exactly the person, the noun, the animal, the thing that the person talks about. It is who performs the action on the sentence. So if you say Mary runs fast, Mary is the subject because Mary performs the action runs, to run. And always the subject is going to be a noun. This is a kind of a general rule that you have to keep in your mind always, okay? Don't forget that. Let's take a look on an example. Here we have the part of the sentence. We have subject, verb, and predicate. The truth is the verb and the predicate, they both are part of the predicate. But always I separate them just because of teaching purpose. And also I follow this color code. So you are going to find always in my videos on my classes, subject in a blue color, the verb in a red color, and the predicate most of the time in green color. Let's take a look on the example. Maria is a girl. Mary is a girl. So the information that we are getting here from the sentence is the gender of Maria. So the sentence is telling us that Maria is a girl. So the sentence talks about Mary. Mary is the subject on the sentence. In Spanish, it would be María es una niña. Now, what is a subject pronoun? Subject pronouns are the pronouns that replace the subject, which is a noun or a proper name, on a sentence. Let's take a look. Mary is a girl. She is a girl. So she is the pronoun that replaces Mary on the subject because she is the subject pronoun for feminine and singular subjects. Let's take a look in Spanish. María es una niña. Ella es una niña. Ella is the subject pronoun for feminine and singular subjects in Spanish. So as you can see, we are saying the same in both sentences. But on the first one, we are using a noun, a proper name, and wait a minute, we don't need that slide yet. Here we are. And here we have the subject pronoun that replaces Maria as a subject on the sentence. Now, what are the subject pronouns in Spanish, Mrs. Lorenzo? Now we need the list. Let's go. Aquí vamos. Here we have the subject pronouns in English language. Here we have the subject pronouns in Spanish language. And here we have the list, the order that they follow. This order, it is not because one subject is more important than other. This list is just the way that a language sorts the information about the subject pronouns to make them easier to understand and to organize. So that's why we follow this order when we are learning a language. Here we have the first person in the singular. It is going to be I in English and yo en español. So it is going to be the person who speaks. So when you say, I am a teacher, you are speaking in first person in the singular. Then we have you, second person in the singular. So it is you as a singular noun. Tú is going to be in Spanish, and also it is going to be usted. There is a difference. Tú and usted, they both mean the same. They have the same meaning. They both mean you in the singular. The difference is tú is for informal conversations and usted is for formal conversations. So when you are talking with your friend, when you are talking to a person who is familiar for you, like your brother, your sister, your best friend, your classmate, you can use tú as a second person in the singular, as a subject pronoun. But if you are talking with something that you must show respect, with someone that you should show respect, like a police officer, like a teacher, the principal of your school, When you have a doctor's appointment and you need to talk to your doctor and you need to show respect and formality from you. So you have to use usted to address your conversation toward that person. Then we have third person in the singular. Third person in the singular is going to be he for English, masculine and singular subjects. Él en español, masculine and singular subjects. She, that's for feminine and singular subjects, it would be ella en español, and it, which works for animal and things. But the thing is, we don't have a certain subject pronoun to replace it in Spanish. Some teachers and some books say that it is replaced for words like eso, ese, este, esa. That is not totally true because those words are not subject pronouns. They are demonstrative adjectives, so they exert a different role on the language. When we are replacing the subject pronoun it in English language for the correct subject pronoun in Spanish, we need to look on the gender that the noun that the subject has. Él, if the noun is a boy, and ella, if the noun is a girl. So we are going to use the same subject pronouns that we use for he and she. But maybe you can ask, Mrs. Lorenzo, but how is it possible? How a noun can have a gender? So if you are talking about a pencil, which is lápiz, masculine noun, the pencil doesn't have any gender. It is just a pencil. It is an object. The same thing happens if you are talking about a chair. So the chair doesn't have any gender. It is just something that helps me to sit. It is just an object. Well, that is true. But the gender doesn't go on the object. It doesn't go on the thing. It goes on the word. So when you say lápiz, it doesn't mean that the object, the pencil itself, is a boy. The noun that names that object is a masculine noun. When you say silla, you are not saying that the chair is a feminine. You are saying that silla, the word that describes, that names that object, is a feminine noun. Knowing that information, knowing the difference, now you can sort your animal and things according to its gender with él or ella as a subject pronoun. Then we will take a look at an example to explain it better. Then we have we. We is going to be the first person in the plural. This particular subject pronoun in Spanish follows gender and number agreement too. So it is going to be nosotros for masculine and nosotras for feminine. And also when we have boys and girls together on the subject, we are going to use the masculine form of the subject pronoun because it is inclusive in Spanish. So when you have my mother and I, and you both are girls, you have to say we, nosotras. When you say my father and I, and you both are boys, we have to say nosotros for we. But when we have to say my father and I am a woman, he is a man, so we have both genders together on the sentence. So we would say nosotros as a subject pronoun. Then we have second person in the plural. Here I would like to stop a little bit to explain you something. We have you guys in the plural form and you in the plural form. We have these three different subject pronouns to replace the subject pronoun you in the plural in Spanish. We have ustedes, we have vosotros, and vosotras. All of them three mean exactly the same thing. They mean you as a group. You guys are so good. That's the meaning of them. There is not the difference. The difference is we use ustedes in Latin America. That's the subject pronoun that we use for ustedes in Latin America. And in some parts in Spain, especially in the south of Spain. Or in other places of Spain, when the conversation is very formal. So when you are addressing your speech to a group of people and that group of people is not familiar for you and you have to show a formal management from you, so you have to use ustedes. But then we have vosotros and vosotras. Vosotros means you guys, Vosotras means you guys. It is used just in Spain. We don't use that kind of subject pronouns in Latin America. Vosotros, as I just said, is when the group of people is formed by boys. Vosotras is when the group of people is formed by girls. And once again, when the group of people is formed by, wait a minute, here. When the group of people is formed by both genders together, we use vosotros. And ustedes, it doesn't follow gender, so it is a little easier to use. Then we have third person in the in the plural, which is they. We have also two subject pronouns in Spanish. We have ellos and ellas. Once again, ellos when the group of people is formed just for boys, and ellas when the group of people, your subject, is formed for girls, and when we have both genders together, we use ellos. Now, let's take a look at some plural subjects using examples to explain you this better. When we have on the sentence, someone plus first person in the singular, it is going to be equal to first person in the plural. When you have Teresa y yo, Teresa and I, Teresa y yo somos morenas. Nosotras somos morenas. Teresa and I are dark hair. We are dark hair. What I'm using here, nosotras, because Teresa is a girl and I am a girl. So the both people who are involved on the sentence are female. So we need to use the subject pronoun nosotras in its feminine form. But if you have a boy, you can replace it for nosotros. Then we have second person in the plural. So it is going to be someone plus second person in the singular. It is going to be second person in the plural. So when you have Lorena y tú son altas, ustedes son altas. Lorena is a girl. And if you, Maria, who are listening me, are a girl, your sentence would be ustedes son altas. But if you are in Spain, your sentence would be nosotras sois, vosotras, no nosotras, vosotras sois altas. Lorena and you are tall. You both are tall. Now, we have Pedro y tú. Pedro is a boy, and you, Jose, who are watching this video, are also a boy. So the sentence would be, ustedes son altos, and, or, if you are in Spain, vosotros sois altos. If you have both genders together, Pedro y tú, Maria, who are watching, so you are a girl, we have both genders together on the sentence, so our sentence would be, vosotros, again, sois altos. Pedro and you are tall. Now, what happens with third person in the plural? Third person in the plural would be someone plus someone. So third person in the singular plus another third person in the singular. It would be third person in the plural. Juan y Leonardo son hermanos. Ellos son hermanos. Juan is a boy. Leonardo is a boy. They both are male, so the subject pronoun must be in its masculine form. Juan and Leonardo are brothers. They are brothers. Now we have two girls, María y Laura, son hermanas. Ellas son hermanas. So we have two girls together, so we have to use the subject pronoun in its feminine form. What is happening today? Well, here we are. We are not going to cut the video because of that, because the explanation, I think that it is doing well. Then we have here María y Pedro, Mary and Pedro, María y Pedro, one girl and one boy. We have both genders together on the sentence, so we need to use ellos as a subject pronoun. It's masculine form because remember, masculine form in the plural is inclusive in Spanish. María y Pedro are siblings. They are siblings. Okay, now we have more. Tito y Juan son inteligentes. Ellos son inteligentes. Tito and Juan are smart. They are smart. Juan y María son rubios. Ellos son rubios. Juan, male, María, female. they both together, ellos as a subject pronoun. And finally, we have an example with an object, la flor. La flor es rosada. In English, it would be it is pink. The flower is pink. But in Spanish, we have to use ella because la flor, the flower in Spanish, is a feminine noun. But Mrs. Lorenzo, how do you know that? We are going to talk in a separate video about gender and number agreement on nouns. And also we are going to have a different video with articles. But just for now, to clarify your doubt, this little word that is here, which is a definite article in Spanish, la, is showing me that the noun is feminine and singular. So it is clear for me that the subject pronoun that I need to use is the subject pronoun that replaces singular and feminine nouns, which is ella. That's why I say with totally confident, ella es rosada to describe the color of la flor. Well, it has been all for today. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please give me a thumb up. If you have a question or a comment, please leave it there. And the most important thing, if you want me to develop a different video for you, if you want something, different topic, please let me know and I would be so happy. I really will be so happy to prepare that video for you. Well, that's all. Adios.